Hello.
What's up? Thank you for the invite. Glad to be here.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Metro season 2.3.
They really troll with that show, bro. It has so much
Although
potential. It has so much potential.
it started off very well.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah.
Uh,
Um
oh, my bad.
me or Josh first. Go ahead, Josh. You can go ahead, Josh. I already told Austin
All
mine.
right. All right. I think the show was okay. For the most part, it started off really strong with episode one. I really liked it, but the middle few episodes kind of weak, especially episode four. I got some things to say when we get there, but um, it episode five and six really cleared it up for me and really brought me back into really liking the show. So if I were to give it a rating, I'd probably give it like a seven out of 10. Yeah.
I personally enjoyed like every little bit of it. Like obviously like the middle episodes were a bit weaker than the first few episodes and the last few episodes. But I think overall it was just a good experience watching it. Like it felt good just to see like Obi-Wan again, like it was nostalgic to me, so I enjoyed it a lot. So I personally give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Spence, I'll let you go first this time.
Personally, I was just excited because I was like, oh shit, like we're finally gonna see like what happens after episode 3 before episode 4. Like we're finally gonna touch on that little like gap, because I personally felt like Obi-Wan's story was never really like completed without like telling us that sort of portion of his life, because that was a very crucial part in his entire life. So I was very excited about that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, at first, I was like, okay, like Obi-Wan's like he's leaving Luke for a bit. He's gonna come back maybe like an episode later. Boom. Like I didn't think he was gonna be gone the entire time. But I thought it was pretty good that we finally got to see Obi-Wan kind of get into some action. Because we see how he is in episode 4. He's a lot wise and he's more accepting, and he was able to fight Vader in episode 4 and stuff like that. So it was nice to kind of see him kind of like touch base on the Force and just how to fight again.
Yeah. Um, Going into the show, I didn't. I was trying not to have that many expectations because usually when I have expectations for the show, it usually diminishes it. So I was like, I'm a chill. I'm a chill. But going into it, I definitely did not think he was going to leave Tatooine for as long as he did. And when I found out he was even leaving in the first place, I was a little bit upset, not really because I was like, oh, they're diverting canon or anything, but like for a Kenobi show, I would have wanted it to be something a bit more introspective instead of a usual like space adventure. Mostly because that would have been like something more interesting for Star Wars adventure. But you know, it is what it is. Like I can't be upset. Shit was lit. like at the like yeah.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think so. No, I'm good.
Okay.
That's good.
Mhm.
Nah, for
Yeah.
yeah. The Inquisitor's been struggling this hard to find him for this long, and bro just shows up and finds him in.
Oh. Mm-mm.
I was like, yo, that was like the peel off gang, bro. They was it was goofy as hell. But I don't know what was happening. They was tripping over like 5-inch branches. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, like it was like a little bit of shrubbery. You easily could have leapt over. like, no, no, I can't do it. nah, I'm gonna run around.
Oh my gosh. She slid right under that.
Like she's not moving fast, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that because when I was rewatching episode one today, um, I was like really paying attention to the scene where Riva was like interrogating that one, not interrogating, she was like threatening the one old woman and then cut off her hand. I was like, if we had this Riva the entire season, this shit would have been lit. Like she was so menacing and just like she just exuded like badassery. Like it was amazing.
Yeah. That is Sith activity right there. That is some Sith activity.
Yeah, yeah, she definitely has a ambition in her. That yeah, that's really what drives her throughout the whole season. And then when we'll get to episode five, we'll talk about what happens.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, I agree. Episode one was really good. I like seeing like Obi-Wan's mundane life on Tatooine, like just seeing what he got up to. Cause I kind of just thought he just chilled in a cave, meditated and shit. Like I didn't think he actually got his ass a job. Like he was that man was really a productive member of society. But
That's
yeah,
what I'm
like yeah,
saying.
um sand whale or whatever. I don't know what that was. It was kind of cool though. But I just I don't know how I feel about Bail Organa in the not in the fact that his character like he's amazing. Like his actor is amazing and all that. It's just bro isn't is he's so incompetent. Yeah, I'm sorry, but like you cannot be losing Leia like this and then giving your job over to Obi-Wan, which low key makes you a bit more suspicious. But we'll talk about that later. But other than that, like you were saying, Reva was good. Everything else was like grand. Like it was a really good start. That's just how I feel about it.
So I thought it was a very strong introduction. I will say, like with the flashback at the very beginning, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
Um, like the flashback was really cool. I enjoyed that. Like Homegirl was going in. Oh my gosh.
we need a little callback in a book or something later, bro.
We do.
I need to hear more about
I
her.
would
She
love
was doing her shit.
she was doing her work. Yeah.
She
No,
was
but
amazing.
basically like I enjoyed the first episode. I liked, you know, how you guys were saying like Obi-Wan's kind of point of view of like what he's been doing, like instead of thinking like he's chilled in the cave. Um Uh, Riva's introduction was very strong. I loved it. Like, I was like, she's exactly what I was expecting an Inquisitor to be. Like you look at the Inquisitors of Fallen Order, they did not care. Um, I thought her introduction was great. Also, I just love the fact that Owen really held his ground and didn't even snitch. Like, even after telling Obi-Wan off,
Good
he
one, bro.
still didn't snitch. Like, I love that. I was like, wow, Owen's a real one for that.
Yeah, I can't hold you. I don't know if I would have done the same in that situation, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yo, I used to just think he was just like this grumpy ass old and
Yeah.
just hating all the time. But nah, he a real one.
Yeah,
Man.
he's already.
Like he may talk crazy. He may talk crazy, but it's the actions that count.
Yeah. It's like even though he hates the Jedi and everything, he still got respect for Obi-Wan though. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I cannot wait till we get to that. Oh
Oh,
man.
it's
Oh yeah. I I was expecting that. I was like, "Oh yes." Like when I saw it in the trailer, I was like, "Oh yes, we finally got this talk." Like we're finally like we're getting more of Owen because whenever I think of Owen, like I just think of him as like just a grumpy ass guy, and just from episode 4 and you see him when he was like younger in episode 2 and 3, So, um but no, I definitely enjoyed that. I was happy with that.
yeah, I agree. Shit, like I don't, I don't know, man, because like seeing that was it was pretty cool actually. It was pretty cool. I didn't see the comics. I didn't see the comics, so I didn't like really get the I guess the connection so directly. I guess you could say, but just like seeing Owen and Obi-Wan's relationship straight directly like that, perfect. So I didn't think we were really gonna see too much of an insight into it, especially in such a overt conversation in episode 1. I
Oh
thought
yeah.
I thought they were definitely gonna be saving it for later, but it is good to see like clear where they stand in terms of Luke. So I really
Mhm.
yeah, that's really-
Oh, I do have some more to say on the first episode. The little Leia chase was obviously pretty fucking it was a bit of a meme. I honestly did like seeing Bail Organa again because it's like like seeing him, it's like like he's one of the goated characters, so it's like seeing him, it just makes me happy. It was also oh yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah, and I'm really glad that we actually got to see like Bale's wife. Or
I like
as
how we got
or
to
as
see.
Leia kind of sees like as her actual mother, quote unquote. At least until she kind of like figures out stuff. But
Yeah. I said I like how we got to see House Organa in general because like I feel like we've never really had a view of them outside of like SWOTOR.
oh yeah, I was also gonna say when I saw Alderaan, I knew off the bat it was Alderaan. I said this
Yeah,
is Alderaan. I said I played too much Star Wars: The Old Republic for this not to be Alderaan right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, see, like Alderaan was always even SWTOR and in the trailers for Star Wars Old Republic, like Alderaan was just so beautiful and like just to see it like on TV it just made me so happy. I was like, ah yes, that
Yeah.
view, like
It was so beautiful.
oh yeah, they were very close.
Yeah, and they even add on to that, like the fact that about her not being a real Organa, I feel like he resonates with that because he married into the family.
Yeah.
So he probably knows exactly how she's feeling.
Yeah.
He's probably the best person there to really connect with her and help her recognize that yeah, she even though she may not be of Organa blood, she still is an Organa. She's still a member of this family, you know?
Yeah. And he, it was great to even hear him say it because like how Josh said, like he married into the family, you know?
I don't know. Bro, bro had a,
Honestly, like symbolism was like it was beautiful. I took a little bit of emotion to that because I was like, damn, like like Anakin's really a part of Obi-Wan, like beautiful.
you don't need the other one.
He's like, yeah, he'll give it to Luke in the next 10 years, you know.
I ain't gonna lie. I wish he had his house. I miss his house.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah. I know that
yeah,
man is not taking a shower for the longest
yeah.
time.
No, that boy. Hey, spoiler. That oh God, I know her. Oh, that old man was rocking every second.
Mhm. I did find it funny how Bail Organa just pulled up on Obi-Wan, just like
Yeah,
just knew where he was, just say, hey, like
like bro, he was he was risking so much.
oh my god, yeah, he was.
Bro. Nigga,
Oh yeah,
Bill Organa is mad reckless. I ain't gonna lie, it was him.
like
I would hire Boba Fett and called it a day. That should have been easy as pie, bro. Leia would have been back the next night, bro. Boba Fett would not have. I was he even active
He
during
could have
this.
called. He could have even asked Yoda. Yoda was doing nothing this entire time. The Obi-Wan is watching Luke. Vale is watching Leia. Yoda's just sleeping 900 years of
Yoda,
stress away.
Yoda, oh, Yoda, yeah, Yoda low key the laziest Jedi. He really said, "I'm gonna just fuck off to the swamp planet that ain't got nothing on it but this dark side cave. I'ma just chill. You can send the kids to me when they older, but besides that, I ain't need nothing, bro. Y'all got it. It is what it is. We took our L, and I'm holding it, nigga. Like, it's funny.
That is so funny. Honestly, and it's like also crazy how Yoda originally wanted to train Leia and not Luke. Yoda wanted nothing to
Yeah.
do with Luke because he probably saw too much of Anakin and Luke, and it was like, yeah, no, I want no parts of this.
He said, "Not again." Yeah. Yeah.
I can't do a round two.
Oh, real quick. What did we? What's the score for episode? Okay. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I can agree. I give it a 9.
9. All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Forgot the name of it. Mhm.
Yeah.
Picking up another check. He's getting his. He's
Yeah.
picking up his checks.
Star Wars. Star Wars. Oof.
He's doing an amazing job, though. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, especially in more lightsaber battles going
Oh
forward.
yeah.
Like even just like going off of Reva's, yeah, like you said, Reva's movement. Like you can just add that into like a little lightsaber chasing or lightsaber clashes. You can do them as a move. Like there's a lot more possibility you can do with just a move. Like even like you can like kind of even compare it to Naruto a little bit of how they like move fast and are with their hand. Like they could really do that. They just don't because I guess probably because like it's harder on like CGI and all that. But like
Yeah. Just
yeah, just think of like the
add on.
ashes and Star Killer uses in Force Unleashed that they
Oh
basically.
yeah. Yep. But I was gonna say to add on what Josh said before, about the whole movement thing. Like we've seen like that kind of thing and also like the SWOTOR trailers. Like I get it, it's like a video game trailer versus like trying to do with like CGI and stuff like that, but like that kind of stuff is really amazing. I did actually kind of enjoy it. Although it kind of reminded me a little bit of like Batman a little bit if he had the force.
Oh yeah, definitely.
but no, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Reva was really slick this episode. Like she kind of gave me like almost like Imperial agent vibes. Like,
Yeah.
fast and like I really liked it. She was actually giving me a lot of what's her name? How am I gonna forget my baby girl's name? Fennec. Fennec Shan. She was I'm
Yeah.
really liking it.
Mm. Well, I will personally say, um, also because I've watched Rebels and I'm a Rebels fan, I kind of knew that Grand Inquisitor wasn't dead. um, like I was one of those people that had like that kind of hope. I was like, yeah, no, like he's gonna come back, like he's not really dead. Um, but I thought it was very interesting to actually see an Inquisitor turn on another Inquisitor because it's like this is why Bane created the rule of two because of this. This is exactly why the rule of two was created and why it has worked for so long. It's because you're gonna have all these like Sith or dark Jedi or Inquisitors in this case, pretty much going at it with each other. Because you see the beef between her and the fifth brother, like pretty much every time. It's like they're always arguing, like you know. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that.
Um, I'm a bit mixed on it, only because as much as I liked it, like Spencer says, he dies in Rebels, so the fake like the I guess for that the casual fan, it would definitely be like a really good fake out. But like for people who know his fate and what comes in the future, it was just like okay, like bro
Yeah.
coming back. It's just like how is he gonna come back? And just knowing that and the fact that they could, I feel like it would have been better if Riva and Grand Inquisitors confrontation was more so spread out over the rest of the season. And this episode, her and fifth brother maybe came to a head. I feel like that would have been better personally, but I also think like I said for casual viewers, the fake out was pretty good. If you don't know anything about Rebels or anything about that, it was an effective fake out. So
Mhm.
I'll definitely give them that.
Hmm. Fifth brother. Fifth brother's in
Yeah.
it. Mando. Yeah, he finally came along to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely agree because even just like comparing it to Game of Thrones with the new show coming out, like I know I'm gonna be snickering when all these casuals don't know what's happening with with these targets, but I know everything that's about to happen, so it's like, but so like yeah, like it's the same situation in this case, so I definitely see a point with that.
I would like to say that her bringing up Anakin's name and hearing Obi-Wan's reaction to that was just it was so beautiful that it broke my heart, like in a good way. It like
That's
broke
a
my
really good
heart.
point, yeah.
Like like it like reminded me of just watching Rebel season 2 with Ahsoka and just her saying like the same reaction. It's just like, "Oh gosh, here we go again." Like this is gonna hurt, but it's gonna be such good content here. Yeah. And also, I just it was crazy that as soon as he said Anakin, you see Vader open his eyes up because the Force bond got reopened. He thought of Anakin and felt him through the Force, and that like reopened it. So now it's like they both know that they're still doing stuff, you know? Like
Yeah, that was a really good moment. Like you said, Ewan's acting was just top notch. I mean, like it always is when he's playing Obi-Wan, but like
Mhm.
just seeing the display of emotions that just flashed across his face and how many in such a short period of time, it was a master class. I ain't gonna hold you. It was great.
Oh yes.
Yeah, bro, he did. But other than that, for episode two, I am going to bring up the other Leia chase. I don't know what they were. I ain't gonna lie. I really don't know what they was really trying to accomplish with these Leia chase scenes. Like I guess maybe like a comedy aspect, but they just felt overly goofy. Like it kind of felt like every both times it felt like I was watching a cartoon show, and it kind of like brought me out of the episode a little bit. So that's definitely some points against episode two for me. And I actually think this one's a little bit worse because I don't know how Obi-Wan was losing her like this. Like it kind of felt like he was thrown a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean he told
Oh.
Anna such. Telling you, he should have just got Boba Fett. I don't know what he was doing.
I will. There's one thing I do also want to just say that was amazing in that episode is when he first used the Force for the first time.
Oh yeah, it was just like when Cal Kestis used it in Fallen Order. It was like you
Yes, it was a parallel. It was a good parallel. Yeah. I enjoyed that moment a lot. And like I can only imagine like what Obi-Wan was feeling being like, wow, like I haven't used the Force in a very long time. Like you can see he was almost struggling a little bit when he was like trying to lower Leia down. Is it Seer from Fallen Order you're talking about? Might be Seer.
that. Is-
Oh yeah, that's next episode. I got nothing.
Nah, I'm good. We pretty much got everything.
I'd personally I give it like I give it a 5.5,
Um,
maybe a 6.
yeah, I'll probably lean more towards a 5.5 or a 6, mainly because of the Anakin moment.
Yeah. That made the whole episode for me, to be honest. And him using the Force for the first time in a
Yeah,
while.
now I think about it, well, we'll talk more about that revelation when it comes up in episode. I think what was it 6? But
Mhm.
no, episode 5. But this show really works better all at once
Yeah.
because not knowing about Riva and her backstory when she reveals Anakin really made that moment like feel kind of shitty because you're like, oh, how does she know? Or she should know this information. Like, like a lot of people were mad about it, but like now what happens to her, it feels fine. Like Spencer said, the shot, the moment was really powerful. So you can really feel that now, especially since we have that information and we're not just
Yeah.
guessing. That's just how I felt about it. But yeah, that's how I felt about episode 2. So yeah, probably a 6.
Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen. Oh, I thought that was Seth Rogen. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally what it was.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yes. Um,
You can go first, Josh.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. There's so. Uh. What happens after that? They find the path, and then the Inquisitors find them.
And then homeboy shows up.
Yeah.
Walks down the village.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought,
I didn't want to. I didn't want to fly into that just yet.
okay,
Uh,
okay, okay. I was ready for that.
yeah. No.
I
Not me.
was really, but actually, I will say about the path. I thought the path was really cool. There were some people theorizing that Cal Kestis might have passed through, considering the fact that events in Cal's life are happening around the same time as this time, obviously. So people are gonna theorize that. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Cal did end up finding one of these. But I just thought it was really cool. I really enjoyed seeing Quinlan Voss's name, seeing that he's still kind of somehow, still alive after everything he's been through.
Oh yeah.
Um
I'm
yeah.
not like out of all Jedi to have survived Order 66, Quinlan Voss was definitely the most likely.
Oh yeah.
But going off of Cal, that's interesting. I can kind of see that, especially since in the trailer it looks like the Mantis may be fucked.
Yeah.
So he might have to interact with the path in order to get back on his feet. So
Yeah.
that'd be interesting. Yeah, and I want to see them expand more about it in like books and comics and stuff because it
Oh
is
yeah.
interesting concept, especially since we don't really know what really happened with Force sensitives that weren't found by the Empire or weren't trying to be found by the Empire during the time. So this is definitely a good explanation for that. So I like that.
Mm.
Yeah. Huh? I actually think they should definitely mention it in Andor. I think maybe we could see like an evolution of that with the advent of the rebellion. So who knows? That'd be actually really cool. Maybe that could be the precursor to what Cassian's current I guess department is with his spec ops shit.
Mm.
That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. But y'all ready to talk about Big Man? Big Man.
Oh my god. I have nothing to say besides what this menace to society this man is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This
Bro.
man, this man decided I'm pulling up on this. He's gonna go to the planet and just start terrorizing everything. He just does not care. I was excited because I'm like, yes, I love seeing angry Vader, especially reading his comics. When he gets pissed off, I am hyped because I'm like, yes, someone is going to die. And so seeing him like go through the village, snap a kid's neck, freaking picks up somebody, like just chokes him, just like starts dragging a lady on the floor. I'm just like, I'm here for it. Like, obviously it's wrong, but like I'm just loving this Darth Vader energy. And he's just trying to draw Obi-Wan out. I just thought that was just like very well done because we get to see how angry Vader is because this is like we love a good villain. And this is definitely Vader like entering his prime because his prime time, in my opinion, is from after episode 3 to pretty much when he learns about Luke, you know, or at least first tries like to fight Luke on Bespin. That's like after that, that's the end of his prime, in my opinion. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
It was so good, bro. Just like the whole sequence of him just terrorizing the villagers on his way to find Kenobi, starting with him choking the dad until the son ran out and got his neck insta snapped, to him dragging that poor old woman across the sandy ground. Oh man, like it was just peak Vader. Like that's what we've always needed to see. Just pure menace from him.
Yeah.
Like we've
Oh,
never seen that on screen. Like we've seen him, be intimidating, be a villain like in the OT, but like this is
mhm.
a real display of his power and just like his domination over everyone else around him. So it was a really really good sight. And
I'd
then
also
not even like getting into like the fight with Obi-Wan yet. But I don't know. Yeah, we can start because I do want to. Yeah, I
okay.
do want to mention like the horror movie like vibes Vader was giving off when him and Obi Wan initially clashed, and Obi Wan tried. Yeah,
Yo, literally.
oh my gosh, bro, it was.
I would also like to add that watching this episode, I was like, Disney allowed this.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I was I was like, Disney allowed this.
Let a
Wow.
kid fan that quick on screen, bro, effortlessly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Mm. I would,
mm,
yeah, I
that
I would like to add, like Vader, Vader, like that entire episode most definitely showed like television that he is the most badass villain to ever exist, because it's like Obi-Wan was shocked. He's like, "What have you become?" And he's like, "I am what you made me. Like you did this. Like this is you." And it's crazy because it's like we've constantly have seen Obi-Wan's like past come back to haunt him. And like this is like the biggest one. And I also like enjoyed, and it seems kind of weird when Vader was like, you should have killed me when you had the chance. Because it's like, wow, like I could not see Vader saying that. It just felt weird to me, but I enjoyed it. But I would also like to say that there was like a parallel in Obi-Wan screaming when he was on fire. It was very similar to Anakin's exact like sound. I don't know. That was just my little analysis of that, but that was just crazy.
yeah, like even just like now that you mentioned that, like just like his daydreams about wanting him to burn on Mustafar and stuff. That man really made turned his environment into Mustafar just so he could, as close as he could to Mustafar, just so he could at least try to bring forth that daydream. Like that's actually
Mhm.
that's really insane. He with his pride. Yeah, and then not to mention the prequels. Honestly, I don't know why not the prequels, the sequels, not this week. The original trilogy, Jesus. uh, why people keep like saying things like that? Like he's alive in the OT, so why are you even worrying about these type of questions? They're
Yeah.
gonna make yourself mad. I don't really get why people do that. Like it just seems like a waste of time, in my opinion. You know they I don't say much more. I just say they're going to survive. So like, nah. I think I'm gonna give it in terms of score. I think I'm gonna give this one at least a 7.5 because the first half was a bit iffy, but Vader more than made up for it.
Yeah, I give
Loved
it
it.
an 8. I give it an 8. Vader is just, oh my god. I love Vader. He's one of my, definitely probably one of my favorite villains of like all
Bruh,
time.
got the nerve to say he was portrayed weak in this series.
Oh my gosh, no.
What are y'all talking about? They
No vision.
don't. They just think they think it's like Dragon Ball Z. You just need like pure destructive power. Like he needs just mountain or something to show he's strong. Like relax,
Yeah.
guys. It don't work like that.
Yeah, because how she get through the freaking tunnel? How
Thank
she
you.
get through the tunnel
No one
before?
else noticed that. Like, how did she do that? The tunnel was initially portrayed a one-way tunnel. How did she start from the beginning and get all the way in front of Leia, who started like a half hour before her at least? It don't make any sense. Yeah, like, shit. I don't know.
Oh yeah, shout out to him.
It
I love his character so much.
was really unnatural. Yeah, mm. It was just funny that Obi-Wan decided to go in the same entrance that Cal did.
Yeah.
I found that really funny. But other than that, I really like seeing it in live action. I was at I'm well, actually, I'm not really surprised we didn't see it beforehand. Did we see it in Rebels? Because I didn't watch
No.
Rebels.
No.
It was
No, we
interesting.
don't.
I'm surprised it didn't show it in Rebels. So yeah, then yeah, I'm happy they showed it because we need to see more of it. We honestly
Yeah.
just see more of the Inquisitors in general. Just like them being more competent, kind of like Riva was in the first two episodes, especially.
Hmm.
Like we just need to see more of that
There
because
there is
they kind of just
there's a
seem like with the lightsabers almost.
I was gonna say there is a few things I did want to touch up on that episode that really got me because I personally liked the episode. You know, I know it was one of the slower episodes
Mm.
that a lot of people didn't like, but there was a lot I liked because there were a lot of callbacks. Well, first I thought it was pretty funny that Obi-Wan went in with the whole strategy of getting in, and Cal just kind of just said, you know what, like whatever, I'm just gonna go in. um. And I also enjoyed that when Obi-Wan was going through like when like the little sap, the amber colored like room with the thing, you saw Terra, you saw freaking Terra Snow, I forgot how to pronounce his last name, but the old Jedi Master that Ahsoka did errands with that one time.
Yeah,
Yeah, like seeing him, I was just like, wow, like that made me kind of sad because I'm like, damn, like I wonder how he went out. And then seeing the youngling there, um yeah, and seeing the youngling was like surprising too because I'm like, oh my gosh, like it goes to show the Inquisitors were not playing. Like it shows that the Inquisitors are there not like they're not joking around. Like they will get rid of you. They don't care. And some people were saying that the youngling was somebody said like, "Oh, it's the one that told Master Skywalker, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Wait, he died." But I'm like, "What? He died? He died right there." But somebody also said that that could have been a Padawan in like Riva's youngling
it
class.
is. It is. You actually see him in episode 5.
Yeah.
Whenever yeah. I think episode 5 when she shows the flashback again. So yeah. So yeah, that's and considering that like Reva really has to see like that reminder
Yeah.
of her failure every day that she's in that fortress. Like that's mm,
I mean,
eh,
honestly, like imagine how the Grand Inquisitor feels. when he walks around it because he's a because
Temple.
Grand Inquisitor used to be a temple guard.
He
Yeah,
really took that job.
like he used to be a temple guard.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Like, and then like even like seeing him use more tactics. Like I liked him when he turned out the lights to like assassinate those stormtroopers around Leia. Although the fact that his lightsaber bounced off their armor was dumb. Like
Yeah,
everyone knows that. But like other than that, that shit was dope. Cause hey, you don't really see Jedi use tactics like that. They just like storm in, you know.
yeah,
Like Obi Wan was really using his brain this whole episode, and I really like that. I just like when people are intelligent. I don't know. That's just me. But uh, other than that, I mean, like we could sit here for probably hours talking about the dumb shit that happened this episode. Like how those two stormtroopers definitely should have saw Obi Wan when he went
yeah.
went up into
Because
that
it's like you
little.
could at least heard him,
Yeah,
moving.
or Nala talking into her telecommunicator loud as shit. Like
Yeah,
it was goofy. Like this episode was really goofy, and that's definitely why it's not going to be high for me. But like you said, like just the small things. Obi-Wan gradually getting better over the episode from going from, like you said, not being able to really move that little small ball to being able to hold back however many tons of water, pressurized water, trying to come in through the glass. And then uh I kind of like the ending of the episode, even though it Wade, like RP my man Wade, LOL. But
hmm hmm
I like how like there was just like a clear bond between everyone there, and like there were stakes like usually when like random people die in Star Wars like that, no one cares. So it's very interesting to see like there's actually consequences with random civilians dying, even though they don't really follow up on that as much. But it's cool. It was cool.
yeah. Oh, one thing I will say, I did. like the end of the episode when Vader storms in.
Mm,
Like when he was like, "You were warned," like seeing him come in just storming like that, it scared me a little bit. I'm not gonna. I was like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I know what you're doing. Like, like I know what you're doing. Yeah,
I mean, a little bit. I I can't say I was all too mad. I don't know. I honestly, I really just don't have too much to say on it. I don't know. It didn't. Oh wait, what did you just say? My bad. Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I can't like. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it a little bit. I I really paid too much attention to it during the episode, so.
I personally do agree that it is a bit of out of character because it's like usually when Vader is mad, like in the moment, like with how bad he was coming
Oh,
in,
oh, I
like
don't
he
know.
definitely would have just snapped her neck right there. You know, if this was like a comic or something.
Yeah, I'm dumb. Yeah, 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 yeah. He did. He did. Yeah, you're right. Uh, she would like. You could definitely tell like that was a plot save because
That was definitely a plot save.
Reva should have met the Woo. That was one time she should have met the Woo by Vader, but we'll get into the many other times as we progress through the series.
Yeah, no, like because
And,
if it
like
was,
even when that one, like you can see with that one officer and what was it, A New Hope? That
oh
nigga
yeah,
messed up once. His neck was gone, bro. I,
oh yeah, oh yeah, that was Empire Strikes Back. Yeah,
yeah, and Reva fucked up this bad, and he ain't do nothing. You got me fucked up. There is no way. There's no way. Yeah, I'm bugging by saying I ain't think nothing about it. Yeah, nah.
I personally, I would also say that. Well, I mean, or I was gonna say my episode rating actually. I would personally. Okay, all
Yeah,
right. I personally would give it a 5.
I think a five. Yeah. Honestly, the production just took me out of it for
Yeah.
most episode. Like, I, even like there's just not enough to distract me from it. Like, small stuff.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I can feel that. I can feel that. Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Really.
Josh, wanna go first?
Sure. Overall, that episode was gas. I really liked episode 5. I actually think it might have been my. No, no, it's not. Episode 6. Episode 6 is my favorite of this series, but it was really good. Oh, okay. Yeah. So like you said, like the editing of the fight, and then just seeing how they were kind of doing like the same moves with their tactics
Yeah, yeah.
during the episode was just it was so cool. It was like the directing on this episode was top notch. I don't know where it
Yeah.
was in the last two couple episodes, but it was they were like Deborah Chow was doing her shit with this one. I loved it. I loved the editing between that, like you said, and then when Vader came down,
Oh my god.
bro, that ship, woo, that
I I'll
that
I'll be
ship got
honest.
body.
I'll be
Oh
honest, when I was watching that, like I gasped. I gasped and
yeah,
screamed.
nah, me too, me too. Yo, that shit was so cool. Like I was saying before with episode 3, like them showcasing Vader's power on screen like this is amazing. We've
It
never
is
seen this.
so
Like
good.
his use
Yes.
of the Force is uh, so cool. And then the way he does Reva at the end of the episode, bro.
Oh my gosh. I think
Yo,
my
the
favorite.
4,000 IQ, the 6D chess was insane.
Oh yeah, somebody was saying this is a funny tweet I saw. They said Vader and Inquisitor Arkham Asylum death like how in Arkham Asylum, like when you die, it's like you see the enemy just walk up to you and like say something. Like that's exactly what it is.
Nah, for
Um,
real.
but I don't know if you're done saying your points about the episode, but
I was I was just gonna mention I mean like Vader using the Force against Reva. I don't know if you were about to mention that.
mm,
But like yeah, like the way he was just disrespecting her, not even
mm.
using his lightsaber. The only time he used the lightsaber was when he decided to pick up hers. Like we just need more of that from Vader. Like this pure adulterated badassery. I love
Oh
it.
yeah, because Vader was petty. Vader was petty.
Hey, petty as shit.
Yeah, he's a very petty guy. But my thoughts on the episode personally, like that was a solid episode. I really liked Obi-Wan finally like saying like learning who Riva is. I I liked that. I liked getting that answer that we've all been wondering, like who is Riva, like where, like how does she know all this, like seeing that like she saw Anakin, and knew that that was Lord Vader. I also enjoyed the whole flashbacks with Anakin and Obi-Wan, seeing just the amount of parallels to their duel in episode 3 was just it was beautiful. It was like poetry. That whole episode was just poetry in my opinion. Um but the way that they showed the parallels, and you see them do the walk off and like them doing the certain flips like with their lightsabers like that they do in their duel in episode 3, like I thought that was wonderfully done. um I when Vader came down like towards the end of the episode, I thought that was crazy. I thought that was an amazing moment. I also did like seeing Leia help out with like the electronics in the place that they were in, because it's like throughout the show, you kind of get to see Leia be a little bit of like Padme and Anakin at the same time. And it's like you see the very good similarities of her parents, you know, and on the actor's job, like she does an amazing job with it. Like I love it. Um, but yeah, but Vader coming down was just crazy, and then him just grabbing the ship. It was just that instant, like I just gasped, and I was just like, "Oh my god, it's they're going to die." But I'm really it was almost a relief to kind of see that it was just a decoy, but I'm wondering like was anybody on that ship that had to pilot it? Like cuz
They
if
probably
somebody
had
was
a
on that
droid on it. They probably had a
yeah.
droid on it.
Seeing him rip the ship apart was just like wow. Like I've been waiting for this for a
Yes.
while. Um
Other than next episode, yeah.
yeah, and also I just love the little similarities that people were saying of like Star Killer as well, because lifting down the whole Star Destroyer and Vader just lifting that. Also like some people's like reasonings for like why like Vader would be stronger in that instance. Well, first of all, like the ship was 10 times smaller, and it's not a Star Destroyer. That's already like yes, with Star Killer, the Star Destroyer was already in orbit, falling into space, but like I guess when you're comparing the two, like you look at the ship size. Like Vader, like he caught that ship like it was a ball in baseball or something like that. Like he caught that like it was just nothing.
Was not going nowhere. I kind of don't know even know how they got um that off because like with the way he easily snatched the first one, he really could have did the same thing to the second one. They did not fly fast like at a good time. Yeah, like they was dawdling way too much, man. I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, oh yeah, actually, I was gonna say my thoughts on that. I thought that was just pure disrespectful and Vader just being straight up petty. Like, oh my god, like
So
it's
disrespectful, bro.
honestly it's the fact that not only did he just not use his lightsaber, but he got Reva's lightsaber, just gave it back to her and just like snapped it in half. Like what? Like that is
I think
oh my
he
like
really did.
and it was really nice seeing Vader move like that because it goes to show that like he's been working on his movement into cybernetics.
Yeah. He usually really slow and clunky, but like he was really moving that episode.
Like it also shows us that it's like if Vader wanted to, he could move very fast. He just chooses not to because he's
Yeah.
just that guy, you know? Like Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yo.
Nah, that would
Imagine,
have been crazy. That would have
imagine
been
that would have been that would
crazy.
have been crazy if that was a wow. That would have been crazy.
They
Also, I did also enjoy the flashbacks with that too, like seeing Reva's point of view of Order 66 and like looking at Anakin hooded. Oh wait, another thing I would like to say is that sort of going back to episode 3, but I also did like seeing Obi-Wan sort of hallucinate Anakin. That is one thing I will say going back to that episode.
Oh yeah, seeing him like me mugging. Yeah,
Like
that
yeah, seeing him with the hood because that just I just got reminded of that when I was thinking of like right before Riva like pretty much got fanned by Vader. Um seeing like the Order 66 thing where Vader like Anakin's just walking up just cutting the younglings down, it's just yeah, I think overall I give that episode a personal like 9.
yeah.
I give it a 9.
Man, and to say RIP homegirl Nala, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. R.I.P. Nala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, I guess Obi Wan snatched it when he went over. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really like his character development.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's actually like a pretty serious character.
Mm. Mhm.
No,
Nope.
also give it
Yes.
100%. 100%.
100%. 100. Oh my gosh. No, not even Obi-Wan not deleting his voicemails.
He is so incompetent. How do Nigga, he was spilling all the beans. You cannot,
Oh
bro,
my
you
god.
cannot trust Bail Organa with nothing, bro. Don't tell that man no secrets. He is not to be trusted. He got too big of a mouth.
Dips out. Hmm. Yeah. I did like I did like how far Obi-Wan has come since the very beginning. He went from being like I need to just kind of stay quiet, chill on my own, like watch Luke, and that's it, to being like, oh, like now I have to get Leia, but like I don't want to use the Force, I don't want to get myself away, to just I gotta do what I gotta do. I am Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like I am a Jedi. I have to do what I have to do. So I did like that.
Yeah, like you said, he finally came to terms with his himself. Like he kept trying to escape his past of the guilt and all his, I guess, PTSD and trauma regarding the Clone Wars and the aftermath of it. But he finally, like he finally realized what, like you said, what he needed to do. And I also really like that. Like it's his character arc was. I think this was the best way to complete it for Obi Wan entirely. Like
Oh yeah.
and up until I guess episode 4, but like this was it. I feel like this is like the epitome of Obi Wan. He found himself. He
Yeah.
found yeah. That is really the only way I can put it. Like that's really it. Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Um. Hmm. Oh yeah. I personally like. I mean, besides knowing what the plot is of like episode 4, 5, and 6, because if Vader were to go after that, technically Leia would have gotten blown up in the ship, and
Yeah,
none of that would have happened. So, I think also like forgetting all of that, I think it made sense for Vader to still go after Obi-Wan. Like forgetting what happens in the future, knowing that Leia's on that ship and she's supposed to live and stuff like that. Like forgetting that, like it makes sense for Vader to be like, I just want to get Obi-Wan because that's been his obsession. Like that's the reason why he, woke up from his back to tank like meditation.
Yeah, and like Vader says in Episode 4, last time they met, he was a student and Obi Wan was a master. So he still hasn't learned his lesson as and become the wise older Vader that we meet in Episode 4. So that like he still has that reckless, like vengeful Anakin in him. Hence why he chose Obi Wan, and hence why he took his L and he learns from it.
Yep. No, that whole thing towards the end of the episode was just okay. Okay. I didn't know we were jumping there yet. All right. Mhm. I think the planet was really cool. I
Yeah,
thought it was very cool
the
looking.
planet was cool, and like you said, now the lightsaber fights have to be at least as good going forward because this is exactly what we like, exactly what Jedi, and not even just Jedi, but like what Force user fights should be
Oh yeah,
using the
yeah.
Force.
Using the
This is the
force.
first
Yep.
time they've ever really used the Force in the lightsaber battle, and it was fabulous, bro. You saw the mass Force project my man Obi Wan pulled out on Vader,
Yo, literally.
and then my Vader forcing himself to get the high ground by pushing Obi Wan under himself, and then using the Force to cause like an earthquake. Like the shit they were doing was fucking dope. And then combining that with just a lightsaber, like it was a masterpiece. It was like, like
Oh
it
yeah.
was so cool.
But I did enjoy the lightsaber fight a lot. There was also some parallels in the lightsaber fight to their little training sequence in the previous episode when they were like back to back a little bit. Yeah. Oh, oh no, he says then you would die. Yeah, he says then you will die. So it's sort of like a callback to episode 3 and Rebels in a way. Because he says the same thing to Ahsoka, then you will die. Or I think so. I don't know. I I could be wrong. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, most def. Most definitely. He was definitely ready to he was ready to fight. He was ready to fight that man.
Yeah, Obi Wan was not holding back this time.
And this was what Vader was waiting for because Vader was like that's also why he left them like get away with the fire. He was like this is too easy. Like this is what Vader was looking for. He was like, like Obi-Wan's ready to fight me. Like I'm ready for this. Like this is worthy of my time.
Just a smile. The smile
Oh yeah.
he said it was just so menacing. And it just perfectly encapsulated like his fall. Like that wasn't Anakin anymore. At that point, that was just all Vader.
I also will say I do love about that whole little talking scene was the symbolism of the lightsaber colors sort of
Yeah.
on Vader's face. How when it turned blue, it was Anakin talking, but when it was red, that was Vader, and just hearing the combination of James Earl Jones and Hayden Christensen, it gave me chills. Like I had chills listening
Yeah.
to that. I'm just like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
That was amazing,
That
man.
was well done. Like well done for that. I will say. Hmm. Yeah. I will say though, when he was explaining that and it was blue, like I felt like that was sort of Anakin telling Obi-Wan, like, stop beating yourself up. Like I kind of did this to myself. Like you didn't do this. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole entire discussion, I'll be honest, it made me emotional. Like I was an emotional wreck watching that because I was like, damn, like especially when Obi-Wan was like, I'm so sorry for everything. Like you look back when he says that, like, I instantly started looking back at everything that Anakin has gone through, and I'm just like, damn, he's apologizing for literally everything that has led up to just that moment. Like and especially when he was like, that my friend is truly dead. It's just like that just hit me. And then him saying goodbye, Darth just I lost that moment. I'll be honest, I lost. I had to pause and just be like, "Wow, my emotions were not ready for that."
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Also, I did enjoy. We got the little Obi-Wan Scream Club. We got one added to the Obi-Wan Scream Club.
Yeah. They
you
have the
know,
complete
it's
Vader screens,
complete.
Obi-Wan, Maul screens, Kenobi.
Yep, there you go. It's complete. Honestly, I will say I was full on expecting Vader to bring up Satine in this episode, and I was full on expecting
Yeah.
Obi-Wan to say Padme's last words were "There's still good in him" right before they fought. I'll be honest, I was expecting those things to happen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Padme's the last thing I would mention if I were in like that time period. But I wouldn't be surprised if Vader mentions Satine.
I expect there was more mention of Satine in general.
Oh yeah, I feel like
She's such an integral part
Satine's
of
name should have been
Obi-Wan.
like Satine's name should have been dropped in this show at least.
Yeah, yeah, she's such an integral part of Obi-Wan's life. Like, I feel like she just has to.
Especially considering Obi-Wan was willing to leave the order if she had said the word. Like, Like had she said the word, we wouldn't have the prequels. Well, we would without. It's just without Obi-Wan, you know? Yeah, I think there is. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, Naboo. Hmm.
yeah, I
I
agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
I
Oh,
personally think, regardless, I still give it a 10. I give that episode a 10.
yes. Yeah, the
Okay.
first part and the last like 3 minutes. And yeah, I give it a 10.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Actually, the the one thing I did love was my boy Owen.
Owen was going stupid, bro. Owen was not playing no game.
Owen was not, and Aunt Beru, like, oh my
Yo,
gosh,
Aunt Peru is a ride or die for real.
he is. What I loved about it is that it shows that they love Luke, like
Yeah,
regardless of what it is, that they actually love him, you know? They care about him. Like they know that he's just not some kid that they're just raising. Like they actually do care about him. And then just even seeing like when Obi-Wan went to go visit, you know, Owen was like, "You want to meet him?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, finally." And then he gives him the toy. A nice little hello there. Yeah. Like, would kidnapping Leia be enough?
yep. She just can't do.
Yeah.
Honestly, it would have been better if they killed her. I don't know why they keep trying to redeem the bad guys. Like Kylo Ren, I was kind of okay with it. It would have been better if they committed with it. But
With the
like,
original endings.
yeah, like they really should have committed with Riva. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
100%. I didn't feel
Yeah,
anything with her.
yeah, I agree.
It just felt like that redemption just felt kind of forced. I was like, why?
Yeah, I didn't like the redemption. Yeah.
He couldn't handle it, bro. It was too much for
Couldn't handle the neutron style.
later.
uh and then mm, yo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought that was beautifully done. I did love the fact that you got to see Palpatine be like, give Vader sort of like a reality check, be like, hey, do you know who you working for? You know, type of thing.
Yeah.
Basically kind of question saying like, is are you really like Lord Vader, or is there still Anakin in there? You know, like your obsession with Obi-Wan's like kind of letting me see that there's more Anakin than Lord Vader in there, and I don't like that. But I did enjoy that whole little talk, and like Vader kind of just like changing up, saying like, you know what, it's not worth it anymore, you know? Yeah.
And he's always plotting on me.
That was his first, that was one of his reasons for having Inquisitors, you know? It's like, all right, I gotta have a replacement at some point. Cause shit, during this time, he hasn't even learned that Luke's alive, and he hasn't learned that Palpatine kind of lied to him about Padme. So
Oh man.
mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I thought that was I thought that was very well wrapped up. Like how you were just saying how like he was talking to Bill saying like, this is the last time I'm gonna see you, you know. Because like I'm pretty sure like it would be the last time that they do see each other, you know. So I thought that was very well done, and like it was very good. I enjoyed it,
Yeah. Honestly, I don't want Obi-Wan to see anyone else really.
except
This,
for Yoda.
well, yeah, except for Yoda, because that lazy ass. Let me get on Yoda's case right now, but Yeah, I originally, like I said, I all the way previously that I wanted the series to be more introspective. So definitely okay with him not seeing them anymore. Even so, it makes canonically it makes sense. He wasn't even really supposed to see them. You know, it was good that he did, especially Leia, because like it showed why she knew Ben Kenobi, why she felt such a connection to him, why he's like the first person she'd even go to
And
for them.
I was gonna I'd like to add to that. Also it like you watch the series and you're like, this is why Leia names her son Ben. This is why she names her son Ben. And also like episode 4 when Luke's like, "Oh, like my name's Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue him with Ben Kenobi." She's like she knew exactly who Ben Kenobi was. Like she knew exactly like, oh, like her first instinct was, "All right, where is he?" Like, So, it's like it was nice. That whole thing it made that little scene like definitely like a little bit better. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Mind wipe.
Mind wipe, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It was just so wholesome to me.
Mm.
like like just seeing how Owen brushed him off in episode one. It just brought together that whole arc with him trying to connect with Luke and just try to like be in his life even just like a teeny bit. Just like giving him that small toy. Like even though he may not be able to see Obi-Wan all the time, that toy is just a reminder that he's always there, you know.
Plus, we
So
even see the toy in episode 4.
yeah, you're right. You're definitely right.
It's
So
the same one that you see him playing with this, so that was really cool too.
yeah, it comes
It was
full
very
circle.
wholesome. Very wholesome, very wholesome. A definitely a 10 out of 10 moment.
I agree. Yeah.
see him in a vision in Clone Wars, like in like when Yoda was doing the whole
Yeah, yeah. When Yoda was trying to become a Force ghost.
yeah. Yeah. That's the only other time you see Qui-Gon. Yeah, the shamans.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah. Yup. Yup.
nice.
Hmm. Josh, you wanna go first or I go first?
You can go first.
Okay, I was gonna say that yeah, no, we don't need a season two. We can wrap it up. If we get a season two, it has to be it's gonna be very short if they do a season two, because what else are they gonna give us with Obi-Wan? Like, the most they can give us is him going to Dagobah and visiting Yoda. That is the most they can give us. Because, you know, how else does he like tell Luke? It's like, oh, go to the Dagobah system, meet Luke in episode or meet Yoda in episode 5 when he says that to Luke. So, and maybe like talking to Qui-Gon for like maybe like 2 episodes like that. That's what it would be, you know. There's not much left. Like, I think Obi-Wan's character in my eyes is like now, like, knowing all this is like officially concluded in my head. Like, I can say that, like, like, I am satisfied with Obi-Wan Kenobi's story. Like, I don't need to know anymore. Like, unless it's going back to his Padawan days with Satine, that's it, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
But I was a little yes, as much as I was happy to see Qui-Gon, I was a little sad that we got to see him for like 2 seconds. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping for like at least the end credit scene where they have a discussion about how he did with training Anakin, saying like, Qui-Gon giving him assurance, saying like, regardless of what happened, you trained him as best you could, you know?
Yeah.
But those are my thoughts on that.
Um. Yeah. I was really see. I liked Qui Gon showing up, but at the same time, I was really disappointed because I feel like him battling with trying to see Qui Gon should have been the main, like, one of his main conflicts, at least his main internal conflicts over the entire series, rather than him trying for what, episode one and maybe episode two, and then Qui Gon appearing in episode six. So I wish it was more of like a persistent conflict in the show, but other than that, I kind of I did like how the scene was pulled off. It's always good to see my boy Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon on screen. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's probably the only other time we're gonna see him. I don't think we're ever seeing him again. So it was really nice. And like you guys both said, there is no reason there should be a season two of this damn show. I I keep seeing people go, "Oh yeah, there'd be season two. We need more Obi." We do not. We've seen enough.
Season
If
2 is
you need,
episode 4.
yeah, exactly. If you need to see more Obi Wan, watch Clone Wars. The
Yeah,
most
watch
we're
Clone
gonna see
Wars.
in Obi Wan season two is him fucking around with Qui Gon in the desert, and him getting his house. That is it. There is nothing else that needs to be explained. I like some people brought up Darth Kraut, like I said before, like
Oh,
I
Darth
told you
Crate?
before. Yeah, like I told you before,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. I
what
remember you
I
talking about
originally
that.
wanted them to do with the series, but no, like there it's just with how they're doing Mandoverse and everything. Unless they were trying to set them up in that time period, it's just there's no reason to do it.
Yeah.
Disney's not that big right now. It's not neat. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. And then when he said, "Oh, yeah, you weren't ready to hear me," like it would have made so much more sense. But yeah, that's it for me too.
Yep, that's actually right.
Um, other than I mean the little fuck ups here and there with the directing, I think the series was pretty solid. Like there were some things they could have executed better. Like Reva probably should have died instead of trying to be redeemed, or I don't know, just like shit like that. But overall, I liked it. I definitely Obi Wan needed this. His story just it didn't feel that complete after Episode 3,
Mm.
especially considering how like guilt ridden he was. And then Episode 4, he's chilling like wise. He kind of just feels like a oh, oh, yeah, actually, never mind. I was about to say he feels like a grandpa on weed, but he kind of doesn't get that stoner vibe. He's just really chill. Maybe he does. Maybe he's on that Tatooine ganja. No,
Maybe
but
maybe
like,
maybe he's like maybe he's smoking spice, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um No,
Shit.
I
I
think
would not blame, bro.
overall, like I enjoyed the show. It definitely was needed. Like I was saying before, like this definitely completes, like in my opinion, like completes Obi-Wan's story. Like there, we don't need any more. Um, Obviously besides the few like mistakes, not mistakes, but like just things that like weren't like great, but overall I love the show. I love everything about it. I appreciate the cast a lot. I appreciate the direction of like the show. Like it's all good. Like I was satisfied with what I got. I'm satisfied with what I got out of that show. Like it might become my new favorite comfort show, not gonna lie, because like I'm very satisfied with it. But yeah. Oh yeah.
Thank you for inviting me. We definitely have to do this again.
Oh yeah. Andor when it comes out.
Yeah,
Andor comes out in August. I'm
yeah.
excited for
Or
Andor.
like you said before to me, we could talk about the Jon Snow show or like anything like that. I'm down for whatever.
I also know Josh also was gonna talk about anime as well. So
Oh yeah.
um you could find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/ call me dirty Dan. I haven't really streamed in a while, but I'm sort of picking it back up a little bit. So definitely come through. Just give me a follow just so you know whenever I'm live. Twitch.tv/ call me dirty Dan.
Yeah. We got a channel on the way called Iron Ink. It's going to be concerning like what ifs, you know, just talking about the stories of different things. The first video is going to be a what if about Game of Thrones. What if actually about if Jon Snow looked more like a Targaryen. So if you're interested in anything like that, be sure to check it out. The first video should be dropping within the next month or two. So hey, see you over there if you decide to come.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.